Good afternoon, everyone, on the third Kuala Lumpur International Conference on Management, Education, and Technology of 2022. My name is Seth Rajendra Nugroho Sembiring, and today I would like to present to you about my paper titled Financial Literacy Impact on Small Medium Enterprises, Development, and Sustainability in Indonesia. So first, we have our table of content. First, we're going to discuss about the background issue, and then we're going to discuss about the research question, research objective, literature review, my methodologies, the findings, and then final, the conclusion. So first of all, we have a background issue on why I choose this certain topic. Indonesia is a dense population with over 273 million people, and its growth is growing steadily at the rate of 1.1% each year. Out of all those 273 million people, 62 million SMEs are registered. In other words, it could be said that 1 of every 5 Indonesians own an SME. And according to the World Economic Forum, Indonesia's small business will be an essential driver for the economy, for the country's future development. One might say, how the World Economic Forum can say that in confidence? Indonesian SME account for 56% of its business and are responsible for 97% of domestic employment. The percentage may be high, but 98% of those SMEs are still on micro scale and need further development. Thus, financial literacy could help those SME grow and have a sustainable business. And financial information and literacy among the SME are still relatively low. Evidence shows that 93% of SME fund their business using their own money in 2022. And technology digital transformation is lacking focus. These types of financial attitudes have been a problem for Indonesian SME owners. This brings us to 3 research questions. First, what are the major financial literacy aspects that contribute to the sustainability development of small medium enterprises in Indonesia? The second one, how does financial literacy affect the financial attitude of small medium enterprise owner in Indonesia? And finally, the final research question, does financial literacy provides the tools to build sustainable and develop small medium enterprise business? And the research objective is to discover the relationship between financial literacy and small medium enterprises development and sustainability in Indonesia. So moving on to our literature review. We have 4 variables, which are financial literacy, financial attitude, technological innovation, and effect on SME. First, we're going to discuss about the financial literacy and financial attitude. According to a paper written by Lusardi and Mitchell in 2016, financial literacy is needed for financial competence, and Hussein et al. Backed this up by saying that this is a must-have skill in a modern economy. It becomes a tremendous potential resources for business to develop and have a sustainable growth. According to Shaw et al., financial literacy will also benefit in terms of increasing financial activities that will benefit the whole nation. Moving on, financial attitude is defined as the ability to mitigate risk, examine effective factors, financial proficiency, and assess credits. Businesses have to deal with investments, savings, financial risk, and long-term decision-making. The third variable is technology innovation. Technological innovation can benefit SMEs by improving their financial access and diminishing financial constraints. It also has a direct effect of improving income management, long-term planning, and expense management. The last variable is effect on SMEs. Financial literate organizations or firms have a more significant chance to employ financial management practices that can boost their sustainability and development. Moving on to our methodology. Interpretivism has become the philosophical methodology of choice. Interpretivism allows me as the researcher to understand the meaning of a phenomenon, and it can be researched at an excellent level of depth, in which then induction has become the theory of development of choice. Through induction, I, as a researcher, can find patterns in data through experimentations or observations, which is an interview can be developed into generalized theory. And finally, the methodological choice of approach is qualitative research. Qualitative research is suitable because it can observe the phenomenon of social and or human problems, and it also provides a broader scope in data collection. Also, multiple data sources are possible, which in this case are primary and secondary data will be utilized. Primary data will be collected through an in-depth interview. This interview will be a semi-structured interview with 7 participants with a time frame of approximately 30 to 45 minutes. The questions will be an open-ended, aiming for the participant to express their opinions and to see their point of view on the subject. The secondary data collection will be through previous case studies, articles, news, and the scope of secondary data is not limited to Indonesian SME only, but to another country as well. So the researcher can compare and contrast the data within the interview to provide a more trustworthy generalization with less bias. And for the data analysis method, the researcher will use NVivo application. NVivo application is suitable for utilizing the qualitative data because it eases the research process by finding patterns and codes within the transcript. So these are the findings that I, as a researcher, find. For the financial attitudes, there are several other small components inside of it, which are source of funding, basic of business, long-term planning, and awareness. And for the source of funding, 2 of the SMEs utilizes bank funds, while the 5 others uses their own capital. The owners that use their own capital to start their business has various reasons. Some think that their own capital will make them believe that they can manage their money better. Others said that they did not know that bank funds in Indonesia are actually supporting SMEs. Moving on, all the SMEs owner are aware of the basic knowledge for business. From all the 7 interviews, all of the SME owners shows the same attitude when dealing with the basic of business. They did not start their business blindly. They do market research and they know how to manage their money. Although the knowledge is not that deep, it is enough for them to start and run a business. Moving on to the long-term planning, 4 out of 7 SME owners did not have a long-term strategy for their business. This is actually quite surprising because, as we know in the previous findings, all the SMEs owner have a basic knowledge for business. But various reasons come up on why they don't have a long-term strategy. Most of the SME owners that did not have a long-term strategy are still thinking about how to survive on their current state. They did not have a breakthrough yet, so they're still thinking about now. While for those SME owners that has a long-term strategy, their business are more likely to develop in the right direction, and they are more likely to build a sustainable business. One of the example in their interview said, because having a long-term strategy, we know our business direction, so we can keep developing it. Moving on to awareness, all the SME owners has a high financial awareness, and one example is market research. So before diving into their business, they did a market research. They know how to manage their money, and this is a great step on their financial awareness. Moving on to the findings on technological innovation. All the SME owners agrees that technology contributed a lot to their businesses. And technology nowadays has become a more prominent aspect in the world of business. And technology has helped many businesses to develop and make them easier to manage. So for example, Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets are the preferred apps for bookkeeping. Instagram and TikTok are the most used media utilized for promotion. Instagram and TikTok are considered to be user-friendly, and it's considered cheap for promotion because we don't need a huge amount of money to promote our store. And they also use e-commerce applications such as GoFood, GrabFood, and Shopee Food is also often used. One of the SME owners said that I also input GoFood, Shopee, and Tokopedia, and e-commerce like this helps sales. The logic in using e-commerce to increase sales is that because people buy their products not from only the platform, but from the offline stores as well. And the offline store mostly uses cashless payment for customer easiness. Because technology has developed rapidly, people rarely use cash anymore. So cashless payment is the way to go, and it's easier to manage and to maintain. Moving on to the findings from the secondary data review. From the secondary data review from a paper written in 2017, it says that there is a positive relationship between financial awareness and a financial attitude. Financial knowledge did not directly relate to financial attitude regarding the source of financing. Although it has a significant relationship between the usage of equity and debt for financial performance, the source of finance itself can be concluded as not affecting the financial performance itself. But then high level of financial awareness results in better financial performance. They imply that the manager or owners of the SME are aware of the advantages and disadvantages of different financial products to utilize for their business. And innovative SMEs have higher growth in sales, investment, and employment. In paper written in 2010 by Subrahmanya, it is said that innovative SME has significant growth in sales. And it affected their product because their product is really innovative. And innovative SMEs are attributed to their technological capability, technical qualifications, and requirements. Also, technology helps SMEs to understand their business market even more and gain a competitive advantage. SMEs can utilize technological innovation to make a more innovative decision regarding their marketing strategy and product development. More comprehensive access to information in this country will also help SME owners in their business planning for the future to gain competitive advantage and breakthrough. Hence, like regular training needs to be given to utilize the technology to help the business owner to help with technological innovation, which played an essential role between the firm's performance and the competitive advantage of the SME. So, moving on to the conclusion, there are three main financial literacy aspects that contributes to the sustainability and development of Indonesian SME. From this paper, we can conclude that it is financial attitude, financial awareness, and technological innovation. And based on evidence shown in the paper, the researcher concluded that financial literacy does affect the sustainability and development of Indonesian SME. That's all from me today. Thank you for listening and have a great day.